Nu vill jag kunna ge tillbaka allt jag inte kunnat
Hello,
ge
hello.
förut. Det finns ingen annan där som kan stå här by my side, oh why. Sättet du rör på det får mig att dö för dig baby.
Welcome,
För de
goddesses.
är yardis. De vill ju bara dra ner oss. Men du är fett och vanlig. Och det jag lägger är min tid. Jag vill ha dig. Du får mig känna
This time, come on in.
baby. Och jag kommer aldrig ändra mig.
Time for us to talk astrology, reading, gather. That's my music.
Varje gång jag bak på dig, jag tänker åh vilket kap jag gjort. Jag skulle gå tillbaka till tiden om allt det
take it on down. How's everybody doing out there? Woo! There is nothing like music. And I honestly believe we need to get ready for some more iconic music. That's something that's been going on that I've been thinking about as I think about Neptune moving into Aries and just how transformational 2025, I think through like 2028 is going to be. Yeah, because Neptune is creativity. It's moving into Aries, which is also a highly creative sign also. So I just think we can just expect more iconic music. Okay. How are you all doing? This is Tyra Omilade, your goddess guru, your sister friend. And I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess-centered lifestyle. I am so excited to be here today for our Inspired Goddess Morning Circle, where we goddesses like to gather and talk all about ancient wisdom, just immersing ourselves in our own divine feminine energy, the divine feminine energy of the universe, and yeah, using it to help guide our lives and helping to keep us, ourselves in balance and manifesting in the way that we want to manifest. So that's what I'm all about here. I'm all things goddess, all things women. Okay. We love men. Yes, we do. I have a husband. I have sons, father, brothers, nephews, my friends' children's who are males. Love the men. But here we're focused on our own personal growth and development. And we're going to show up even better for the men in our lives. So yes, the men and the thems. I just like to make sure I honor all gender identities. That is welcome here. Hi, Just Bliss. So we're the G Hive, the Goddess Hive. We are a community. If you are new, welcome in, sister. And I'm going to introduce you to some of the other sisters who are here. We have Just Bliss, Great Horizons. How are you? Vivi Embroidery Queen. How are you? Good to see you, Latanya. Dark Diza is here. Hi, Bella. Good to see you. One of our Caribbean sisters. Hi, Shannon. High Priestess Shannon. Grand Awakening. Hello, High Priestess Shannon. How are you, my sister? Welcome, welcome. Glad everyone is here. What is your morning beverage? I just have water this morning. Just drinking water. Because that's something that we like to do. We like to share what we are drinking for the morning. And yeah, I wanted to come on this morning and first of all say Happy New Year. I'm thinking about, oh, wait a minute. New Year's Day was last Wednesday. So Happy New Year to you all. I am sending you so much good energy, so many blessings. Even though I think there's something that lies ahead that has me very concerned, there's also something that lies ahead that is like, I really do think the universe is going to wow us, So I'm just wishing you all the best, you and yours, blessings of the goddess, the ancestors, just all the good energy of the universe be upon you and yours all throughout this year and beyond. So, welcome. Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the astrology because I haven't talked about this week's astrology with you all. I did send out an email. I love that email that I sent out this week. I included a reading. It was a little bit late, and I thought I just don't have the energy to make a video. So I thought, you know what? I'll just do a reading. I like it when I get emails and there's a reading inside of it. And so I really love the reading. I still have the little cards in front of me, so maybe I'll bring those up again. But yes, I haven't looked at the astrology with you all, and I was thinking about how where the eclipses are happening right now. Those shift on Saturday. So I want to talk to you a little bit about just kind of sort of like a little bit of the overarching energy of 2025, but also what those eclipses going into Pisces and Virgo mean. So, yeah, gonna do that. And I'm sorry, I was trying not to expose my bags, but I just can read better without the glasses on. Okay, you had your coffee. So you're having warm lemon water. Sounds so, so good. The early bird. Yes, yes, yes. Greetings, big sis. How are you? How are you? Yay. I love that email so much. I'm going to do more like that because I really liked doing the reading and just kind of creating an explanation for it, tying it together. Oh my gosh. Glad you enjoyed it. Thank you, Shannon. So, what I do want to do, Felicia's here. She's one of the fire keepers. I want to light a candle. Let's set some intentions for our morning circle. Let's set some intentions for our morning circle. Just taking a deep breath in, inhale, exhale, long, slow, deep breath out, connecting to your inner goddess, connecting to your inner high priestess, your inner wise woman, your inner muse, whatever you want to call it, and just tuning into what do you want to bring in the circle today, and what do you want to get out of circle today. And I just invoke all of the energies of the ancient mothers of the North, the South, the East, and the West, calling in our ancestors of light to sit here with us, calling in the energy of Herakahuti Ogun to surround us and protect us as we women work our magic. You please stand and guard the door. May the only thing that happened today be for our highest and our greatest good. And we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Oh. So yeah, if you would, let me know, what are you bringing into circle today? As well as what would you like to get out of circle? I would love to hear that. Let us just really create this beautiful vortex of energy as we come to do this spiritual work. So for me, the Wednesday circle is all about getting that midweek fix where it's kind of like, we just need something to get over hump day, right? And to end the week inspired, centered, balanced, that kind of thing, right? So I am Tyra, and that's what you can type in. Let me see if I can find it. I know I have it somewhere. But just what is one thing that you're bringing into circle today? And you could just write, I am, state your name, and I am bringing. I thought I had it on here, but maybe I don't. Let's see here. Oh, hold on, let me get out yeah, the email was everything. Okay, good. Life path 9. And we're in a year 9. Yes, blessings on you. Blessings on you. High Priestess Shannon, I am bringing in sacred connections. So it be Asheo. I'm bringing compassion, Dark Diza. Shannon, I would like to receive calm of mind. Asheo. I am bringing in love and healing as you always bring me so much love. Aw, and bliss. Aw, okay. Thank you. I think what I want to receive today is it's a little mix of what you all have said. Calm of mind, connection, and inspiration. Yeah. even though I'm the one that's bringing it. So, yes. Oh, so I am leading a circle inside of the Sharky virtual studio. It is where I do belly dance online. And I am leading a circle this Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. It's virtual. So I put a link in the description box for you to be able to get more information and to join us. So let's talk astrology. Alrighty. Well, before we do that, I want to just share a little bit with you all really quickly, just how impactful this astrology has been. I want us to really kind of think about 2024 and how just the energy of that year. I think that we have not recognized, I put it this way. Sometimes I can't look too far ahead. But I realized that there are astrologers who made videos or wrote about this time years ago. Initially, everybody was just talking about 2020. I never heard anybody focus since I've been into astrology on 2025. And I don't think that we realized. I mean, I knew all the years after 2020, just looking at the astrology each year, it was kind of like, ooh, that's a little bit of a challenging year. Like, don't think that we're done. Um, and so to me, it was just like 2024 was like, as it closed out, let's just ramp it up. We're just taking this thing to the next level. And there's this transit. If you think about 180 degrees from one another, that's where Mars and Pluto have been. So you can think about 180 degrees. That's like two people standing opposing one another and just like, we're going to stand toe to toe. Think about a duel or something like that. Or I think about my nephew who's a boxer. They're always about 180 from each other when they are kind of figuring out, how they're going to land their next hit. So we have Mars, this planet that is all about fighting, and it has very good connotations too. Like, it's about action and you can get a lot done. It's about drive and passion. So it's a very important planet. And, it has this natural fight energy in it. So it's on one side, and on the other side of this opposition is Pluto. And Pluto is destruction. It is like decay. Essentially, it's like, let's disintegrate everything and then it can reemerge. So the phoenix rising. So we have these two planets that are opposing one another. That's part of what we experienced at the end of November. And we really have never gotten away from it. Number one, because Mars is retrograde. And so it's just hanging out near Pluto. And all I can think is the universe got jokes. Like, universe is like, it feels almost to me like a reality TV show. And the universe is like, hey, we're going to just throw in this little piece to the plot. It's going to be a plot twist. And let's just see what they think about that. And so, in my mind, to a certain degree, it completely and totally explains a lot of what's happening in the country I live in. Most of y'all here, United States. But it also, I just think that it's creating a lot of change and transformation, but it's not like you really have a whole lot of time to just kind of be like, oh, okay, I'm going to just let it flow. And no, this transformation is deep and it's fast, it's quick, and you got to be on your toes. And so I noticed something interesting. It's a lot of babies being born ahead of time. Maybe not all, but several babies in the last month. I'm like, wow, I never saw of the women that I know, when these young women are having babies, so many NICU babies, so many babies just coming super early. Mama's having to have cesarean births. One of them would have had it anyway, but her baby came like just super early, super quick births. I'm like, did they want to be born in 2024? What are we doing? What do we have going on here? So I thought that that's an interesting turn of events. I think that there's something to, the fires out in California, which that's something that we could hear about, pretty much at any time. But we do need to take a moment. I don't want to just talk about it as if it's news, because I know Ia Ocean Funke is out there. It's no telling how many other community members are out there. So if y'all would just take a moment with me before I keep going. And I want y'all just to imagine that those fires are out and just I'm just seeing snow. I don't want them to get snow specifically, but I'm seeing that place being a little bit cold so that they can get those fires underway. We're just sending love to Mother Earth. Calling on the Orisha who can bring this thing under control. Asking for there to be safety for everybody who lives out there, along with everyone who's going to have to work to get those fires under control. We're just sending so much love and cooling energy, calling on the energy of Obatala, lead, God, and direct, but bring your cool energy. You're cooling down, cooling it down. And again, we send light and love to Mother Earth. I don't even know how the fire got started, but I just believe it's something with the Mother Earth that we need to be just honoring. So we honor you, Mother Earth, today. Onile, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Oh. So yeah, I can imagine that has something to do with it also, because Mars has been in. So maybe with Mars, let's see here, is Mars in Cancer? Well, I don't know, because Mars moved into Cancer on the 6th. I don't know when the fire started, but maybe with Mars being in the Cancer, it can cool it down. But yeah, I can imagine that is something with the fires, that Mars Pluto opposition. And then let's see here. For me, I would love to hear from you all what has happened, because this, first of all, I'm a Scorpio rising, and Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto. So it's like, oh, it's on and popping. It's on and popping. Somebody's it's one of my astrologers, my astrology teacher. She was like, yeah, a lot of Scorpios are having it a little bit rough right now. My laptop just quit on me one day. And I honestly think I keep the heat high in my room. I really do believe that my computer was like, you've been keeping it hot in here way too much. I'm done. Computer died. This is about a week ago, I think, because I've been in a vortex. It feels like it was a week ago. I know it was right before New Year's. And then let's see here. My laptop crashed and burned. I had to go get a new one. I ended up getting a Mac instead of sticking with the HPs that I, was buying. But my husband was like, you keep buying these computers. We need to buy one that's not going to keep crashing on you. And so to get a Mac, it was like, oh my goodness. It's one of my friends said today, you literally got a whole new operating system, because the Mac is a different operating system, of course, which means that some of the stuff that I used on my HP, I couldn't use on my Mac. And then I lost my astrology software. I've had to work hard to get that back. When I tell y'all what has been going on, like, we really need to get an understanding of, I kind of believe like it's the universe is working to get us where we are pliable and adaptable enough. We need to embrace, and I've said this before, we're not going to ever experience what we did before that pandemic. Now, there are certain things that we will experience, don't get me wrong. Like, here I am doing my live stream on YouTube. But in terms of overall general society, how we think of the world, that is over. No matter how it has happened, no matter how it will happen, we need to continue to embrace that we are in a new day. We are in a new time. We are headed into living and existing in a new way. And it's not just now, everyone knows me. I don't like who was elected president, but I can assure you, it doesn't matter who was elected president in the United States. The astrology is just the astrology. Neptune is moving into Aries right around the same time as Saturn is moving into Aries. Uranus is moving into Gemini. Pluto has moved into Aquarius. That's a lot. Something gonna change. And so I feel like the universe has just been giving us an opportunity to slowly but surely adapt to adapting, adapt to understanding that we are here to usher in or be the people who are alive when massive shifts are happening. Um, yeah. So a whole new operating system. That's what I've been dealing with. I finally got my astrology software back up and running. I'm more and more used to having a Mac now. Thankfully, Mac, it's like I can use stuff that I've always used on my HP. I can use it on the Mac. Um, and I really do feel like I have had a major reset. So, yeah. So before I get going, I just want to greet because I know I've seen some sisters come in this morning. And let us know, what are you bringing and what do you want to receive today? I am Latanya and I'm bringing in excitement for new things. I love that, Latanya. I don't know if you saw my email, but I used your cloth to as the backdrop. I need to buy a blue one from you. Hey, still learning. Morning, all. Glad I caught this. Tyra, I bought your book. Oh, thank you so much. That makes me feel so good. Thank you. Enjoy. I recently I think it was, I can't remember, maybe it was Daisy, was telling me, like, you really need to take a little bit more credit for creating this book. Cause I was kind of like, oh, it's just a little quote book, that I put together. And whoever it was, I don't remember, was like, this book is fire. This book. And I was like, well, let me look at the book. Let me see here. Do I have the book? Here's my book. I was like, let me look at the book. I was like, oh, dang, this is good. It's a quote book and you get to journal through it. Enjoy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm Felicia and I am bringing connection. Love that. Hello, Mystic Storm. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, it really is like a TV show. It's like the whole universe is sitting down to watch it. I keep saying, okay, my belief is that we are all the divine. And the divine wants to come in here on an adventure. I'm like, why is the divine doing this? Like, what is it that like? Why would the divine come in and experience things that are just feeling like, ooh, a little bit? I don't know. It's been interesting, kind of thinking like it. So on the one hand, the universe is watching, but on the other hand, I'm like, no, the universe is here. The universe is you, me, all of us doing all of this. And it makes me kind of laugh, which makes me happy because I have not been happy with a lot of stuff here lately. This is going to be chaos here. It's going to be crazy. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're talking about California because I'm seeing the next comments. Yes. Oh, okay. I like that. Rain. Good. Yes. Downpour. Even though I don't want no, I want to keep it where the ground stays solid because I know y'all don't get a lot of rain, but enough rain to put that fire out, but to keep the ground solid. Yes. Oh, that's a good one. Full moon in Cancer. That's on the 13th. Come on. Cancer, you can bring it sooner. Come on. Bring that. Make it rain. Come on. Bring that rain on down in California, okay? Woo. Yes. Calm it down. Oh, yeah. Bring it down. Mm-mm-mm. Hello, Angelica. It was intentional both from darkness and showing humanity malfunction for real. Yes. It's no joke. Switching to Mac is wild if you're a PC person. It's a whole thing. Yes, you are feeling what I am, the earth and the universe pushing us to unify her natural technology. I honestly believe that even though we're moving into a more technological world, and I'm kind of thinking about it as I'm thinking, so I would love to hear what y'all are. I'm like, I think people are going to want to get back to more artisan type of things. Even though we may do it in a more technologically advanced way. I'm like, I think people are going to get back to, I thought it was going to happen with Uranus in Taurus, and I can't actually say if it did or didn't. I just don't. Felicia is the only person I know who on the regular is gardening. I don't know anyone else who is. Um, but I think that just where we're headed, it's gonna make us like we have been cultivated to be consumers, especially here in the United States. But I just feel like the rest of the world has followed suit. And I think it's gonna get so wild and crazy that we're gonna just be like, forget about it. I'm gonna raise my own food as much as possible, or get back to more handmade gifts and things like that. I honestly, in my heart of hearts, believe that. I believe that to a certain degree, we're gonna turn against this extreme consumerism that we have. Um, yeah, I just believe things are so out of balance that this time ahead. But there is something new coming. There is something new. I don't know if the new is going to be returning to the old. There is something though that is kind of like going to be unique to our time here. My visions and insight is difficult to handle right now, trying to stay grounded because this is intense energy coming in for some of us. That's where I am right now. I'm with you, sis. Yes, yes, yes. I agree. I could not agree more. Okay, I'm gonna just kind of look at them before I put them up, just so I can kind of get through them. It's so much harder than just letting everything stay integrated. Yeah, yeah. Mac has gotten better. Mac has definitely gotten better. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe like I'm able to use Edge on Mac because all my bookmarks are in Edge. So this is making me like I've got to save even bookmarks in some other place or make sure I'm always like putting them between Edge and Safari, which I don't really use Safari, but on my phone I'll use it. Woo! Saved by that. Because I was like, I don't even think about websites. Oh my gosh. But Edge, woo, because I log into Edge. Hey, Minister. Hey, y'all, congratulate Minister Ocean Kimmy. She has her grandbaby who's here, nice and healthy. Her daughter, I'll call her Lady C. Congratulations to Lady C. Oh, she has a new little grandson. He's beautiful. And she has babies raining into her family. So congratulations on all the babies. Thank you. Okay, no pressure, no pressure. You'll see a picture inside of the email. Okay, we got volcanoes erupting in Ethiopia. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. There was no book release announcement. I have downplayed that book so much. You didn't miss anything. I think just people kind of hear me talk about it, or maybe it's on my website or something like that. Mm. Yes, Firefox. That's a good one, Felicia. Take that one anywhere. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so let me go into the astrology and talk about that. It's so good to see everybody. It feels so, so good to see you all. Okay, so today is I don't even know what today is. Look, I'm used to looking down. I'm like, no, look up. It's up on this new computer. 8:56. Okay. It's not 8:56. I'm looking for January the 8th. Oh, look at this. We have Mercury in Capricorn, so that's exciting. And part of the reason I'm saying that's exciting is because, of course, we're now for sure moving direct with Mercury in Capricorn out of that retrograde time. So, yeah, Mercury retrograde integration. I want y'all to remember that energy lasts for about 11 months. So, whatever came up for you with Mercury and Capricorn, it's probably largely related to kind of like your vision, your purpose, that kind of thing. Seeing the big picture, you'll be working with that for about 11 months. And so Mercury in Capricorn, it brings about stability, which I like that. It brings about it's like this sober thinking, and it can make you get real, get serious. There, Capricorn and excuse me, Mercury and Sagittarius, we're having a great time, even though we can see the big picture. But Sag is fiery. It's a very fun sign. So now it's in Capricorn. It's like, all right, you got the vision. So what are you going to do to get it done? Get to work. All this playing around here. So that's something that I think I kind of like Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn lover. I like Capricorn. So I don't mind that seriousness. Plus, for those of us who are like our minds race a lot, or like for me, I have Mercury in Pisces. Like where your Mercury is, it kind of dictates how your mind operates. And so if you have Mercury in an earth sign, you'll have a more grounded, realistic type of mindset. It might be some other things that would make your mind click, like if you're a Libra. But in general, Mercury in a earth sign is going to bring a grounded mindset, right? Or if it's in something like an air sign, then the mind is just click, 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 click. That mind is going, right? Or if it's Mercury in fire, then it'll be adventurous. I think fire also could bring in quite a bit of creativity, and it'll yeah, it's kind of like air, because I'm like fire is fast, but it's a different. Maybe even sometimes with some of those fire signs, you could get super focused, but it's like with a vengeance. It's with passion, right? Um, and it's fun. Fire signs are fun. Full stop. So, and then with it being in water, it makes it more fluid and spiritual, depending on what the water, the water sign is. Because Scorpio it can be fluid. We'll just say it'll give you like an X-ray vision type of mind. So yeah, it's like intuitive and creative also, but it's just kind of fluid like water. So Mercury and Capricorn, for somebody like me, I love that. I love having that groundedness and that seriousness and that focus. And you know it can help you maybe even come up with if you've created a plan of some sort, it can help you to see all the little details, because Mercury is so good at looking for at all the little minuscule details that you have to focus on. So it can help you with that. And again, it just brings this energy around get real. Now, the other thing is Mercury's conversation. So yeah, it's like we're gonna have some sobering conversations. Maybe you're gonna have them with yourself. Maybe it'll be between you and someone else. So it brings in a lot of, we're gonna talk about what's real, like what we see in front of us. Straight talk. Uh it's like there is no chaser with Mercury and Capricorn. We just say it. Very lots of frank talk. But the other thing about Capricorn is it's about the rules. So, Mercury could have you wanting to, it's kind of like a conservative sign. It's like, don't do too much that's outside the box. We kind of need to, take a tried and true path. So don't do anything crazy, right? Whereas we've been just living La Vida Loca with Mercury and Sag, just doing all kinds of stuff. Because Sag is like growth and expansion and adventure. Well, now Mercury and Capricorn is like, we don't want all of that. You've had your fun. Let's get to work. Stop doing all these new things. Do what's tried and true. So you may find yourself kind of like, hey, I need to get back to what I know works. It can bring in this energy around being disciplined. You're just like, I want to be disciplined. I want to be more focused. This is why I don't knock people for setting goals, intentions, New Year's resolutions in January. It freaking makes sense because it's Capricorn. That's what Capricorn is about. So, maybe what Mercury and Capricorn can do is to help you to figure out what is it that you need to do, say, for instance, in February and then March to just kind of keep yourself going. Maybe you need to put in a plan that you can follow so that you don't have to think too much moving forward. You might see the vision for the plan in Scorpio and Sagittarius, but you may not actually get the plan written until Capricorn. And then after that, just follow the plan. Just follow. That's Capricorn. Why did you deviate from the plan? We had a plan. Why did you do that? So I personally like Mercury in Capricorn. But it can bring about a little bit of depression. It can bring about it's that sober thinking where it's just like you can feel down and out. Like negative Nancy. You can feel a little negative with this. Capricorn doesn't mean to be negative. I'm not saying Capricorn's a negative, but it is so sobering. It's just like, I'm not going to try to sugarcoat anything that's here. So it can make people feel a little bit down and depressed. So make sure you reach out and let people know if you need some support. If you're inside of my Inspired Goddess community on Mighty Networks, come in there, reach out if you need some support. I don't even know if I have 100 people in there. It might be 100 people. It's a very small community. If you're not in there, you just need to go to my email newsletter, and there's a way, because I don't want to just be putting my details out there for anybody to come in there, because it's not for everybody. It's just for us goddesses who want to be positive and, make a contribution. I'm not trying to get everybody in there, just strangers. So, or if you see somebody is down and out, go out of your way. Pay attention, goddesses. Right now, this is our job. Our job is to take care of ourselves first. And then when we notice that someone is struggling, we've got to do something. I was telling my husband, whenever I get worried about the young people in my life, I will blow their phone up with texts. Now, I try to be not annoying, but we've got to check on these young people. The elders, check on them, all that kind of good stuff. Anyone who you can see is struggling, that's something I would recommend that you do. So, let's see here. Oh, yay. That's okay. You're going to spend the night with him. Oh, that's so, so wonderful. Yes. I love it. Yes. If you're Capricorn, Capricorns love Capricorn season. And it's not because they're just like, oh, it's Capricorn season. It's because the energy feels so good to them. It's like, yes, I am aligned with this energy. Your Mercury is in Leo. I love it, Shannon. Yes. This is a gem of a calendar. I try to find other things to use because you just never know. Like I said, I had to find a new operating system, but I just can't get away from her using her calendar because it's just so easy to use. That's exactly what I can imagine that's what it is, Latanya. Ah, your firstborn gets married on the 23rd. Oh, congratulations! Woohoo! That is so exciting. Okay. Okay, so we have here North Node in Pisces. Okay. Which means that North Node is conjuncting Neptune all month. So I want to just show y'all what we're talking about here. So part of the reason I think too, we're seeing a lot happen, and like all the things that happened on New Year's Day. So y'all remember I told you, where are y'all? We have Mars right here at 29 of Cancer, and it's opposition Pluto over here at 1 degree of uh, Aquarius. So you can see the opposition, the 180 from each other. Maybe not 100% 180, but give or take a few degrees. They're 180 degrees. So just all the violent things that we've been seeing, I think it's some of that. And then this North Node getting so close to moving over into Pisces is and that North Node is in Aries. And I think that that's part of what is creating so much of what we're seeing right now. It's just, if we're using astrology, it's just a volatile time in the astrology. And I just believe that we're seeing it reflected in the world. So this North Node has been in Aries for about a year and a half, and now it's about to go into Pisces. So I read something by an astrologer, or maybe he said it, who talked about all of when he was talking about why did the US election happen the way that it did. He said, first of all, he said what I said. Most people have a problem if it's not super clear, really predicting who's going to win, because they're going to be leaning in the direction that they want it. And I knew that was me. My astrology teacher even said he didn't even look at the astrology because he wanted Kamala Harris to win. And, he knew he would be biased or whatever. And this guy was biased also. And so he was like, yep, you just kind of see what you want to see. But if he had really been looking without the bias, he said that planets are moving into masculine signs. Aquarius is masculine, Aries is masculine. Uranus later this year is going to move into Gemini, masculine. All right. Now, I will say Jupiter is moving into Cancer. So I love that. And I was thinking, well, the nodes are moving into feminine signs. So Cancer's feminine, Pisces feminine. And see, look over here, this North Node right here, the South Node, once the North Node moves into Pisces, the South Node moves down into Virgo. So the nodes are going to be in a feminine sign. Makes me so happy. So what are we doing with these nodes? First of all, we're going in a Pisces direction, which we've already been there. We've had Neptune there for about 14 years. Saturn has been there for almost 2 years. And what else was in there? A few years back, we had Jupiter there, but for sure, Neptune and Saturn, they've had this sign lit up. And now the North Node is getting ready to go into Pisces. We're going to have Venus do part of her retrograde in Pisces. Mercury's going to do part of its retrograde into Pisces. Baby, Pisces is about to be highlighted, like in a very major way. So I want y'all to understand what this means. It truly is going to be a time where, this spiritual thing is going to be rising. and intuition will be key and significant. Pisces to me is a little bit of a complicated side because it's all about having a dream, and I just think that it's so important for you all to understand that in my mind, this is the number one thing that I'm feeling. There is no greater power than the divine. I don't care what name you call this energy by. There is nothing greater than the divine. I think that is the number. If I could give y'all anything, always remind yourself that the highest power that we deal with is the great divine. And if you can just walk in that, if that's where you put your faith, if that is your truth in and out, through and through, then no matter what happens as we, traverse these next several years, you will always trust that you are taken care of by the divine. Your footsteps, like whatever steps you're supposed to take, they will be guided by the great divine, and you will know exactly what it is that you need to do. So that is the greatest thing, because Pisces, if you're a Pisces, then well, I learned this as in astrology, but it reflected something that I sort of realized, that when you are dealing with the Pisces energy, you have to have such a belief in the divine, because Pisces is the fish. And if we think about Cancer, we're looking at the water signs. Cancer has the pinchers and the shell. It can protect itself. Scorpio has the pinchers and the shell. It can protect itself. Pisces is the fish. It has nothing to protect it. It's just at one. Fish are just at one with the water. And so Pisces has to learn you are taken care of. To a certain degree, Pisces is like, it has all the other signs in it. It has all this wisdom in it from the other signs. And so it's kind of like all of that is what helps to sustain Pisces. Is not a doing sign, it's a being sign. It's an allowing sign. And so when we have this North Node coming into Pisces, if we're wanting to manifest this in the best way possible, then it's like you have to act like a Pisces. And because Pisces comes with this energy of growth and expansion, and it just knows so much, then it to a certain degree, people who are Pisces sometimes will find themselves, they don't work. And it's like they're cared for. It's not exactly fun, because a lot of times people with Pisces, homelessness, we already struggling. I want to just tell y'all the truth, but that is something that is real with Pisces. But it's because Pisces, part of what Pisces is called to do is to be cared for. And that's one of the reasons it's the sign of compassion. I pray we have more compassion. Neptune, I feel like, has not brought more compassion. I would think of all the planets, and then Jupiter was there with all the planets there. But, the universe can only work with what we are giving it, because we got our part too here in terms of the collective conscious. And, it just didn't play out like I was hoping it would. But anywho, I want us to play it out in the best way possible. I want us to walk this out in the best way possible. And so that's why I'm telling y'all, you have to have a deep, deep trust that the universe is your source and your supply, and the universe is supplying all your needs. The money that comes to you through your career, however you make your money, that is not coming from that job, from that business. Even if you're on disability, that's not actually coming from whoever's sending you that money. That is coming from the divine. And we have to always just stand on business. Some of y'all have talked about how, we got to grow up, we got to do things differently. Well, this is part of what we need to do. I honestly believe we have just gotten so used to, like, dial it up, it'll be delivered at my door, and just all the things that are so good about technology. But by the same token, it's kind of like creating this energy of forgetfulness. Even Pisces, to a certain degree, is this energy around forgetfulness. I wonder if it's kind of like putting us in this energy so that it's like we forget, so that we can truly remember who we are and why we are here. Okay. So that's something that I really want to drive home for you all. I believe that we as women can thrive in this energy of Pisces as long as we are doing our spiritual work, practices, whatever words you need that will help you keep doing this. Okay. I believe that the more we step into our feminine power and own it and live it and be it and evolve it and grow it, this will help us to navigate this upcoming, time, or at least the North Node in Pisces can help to activate that part of us. The opposite is this South Node going down in Virgo. I really do think we're all putting it together as I listen to you all share, and then as I talk and just kind of think about things. What I was going to say about Virgo is about systems. It's about how you operate. It's day-to-day routines. I want y'all to think back 9 years ago. I find it so interesting that the person who was elected president of the United States in 2024, 9 years ago, when the nodes were opposite, this person was elected. It can't be a coincidence. But 9 years ago, this person was elected. And the reason I remember is because that's when I first started learning about astrology. It was when the nodes were in Virgo and Pisces. And for me, it is called a reverse nodal return. That's what I was experiencing back then. And it was challenging. It's kind of like, hey, you're going to step up and do what you're supposed to do or not? Because that's what the eclipses are about. Eclipses want to get you aligned with your destiny. They are fated events. I find it to be true. And so now we're having a reverse nodal return. I want you to think back 9 years ago, what was going on? Because it's going to give you some insight as to what you have completed and where you're going now with this new direction. And I don't know if there were some habits that you picked up back then, some lifestyle that you were working on, something around workplace. Where were you working? Did any of that need to change? I don't know. But I can tell you now, we've been talking about how this is going to change the way people work. This new technology, just the way people are thinking, it's going to change. Virgo, South Node, changing the way people work. Out with the old. And it's like the South Node wants to get rid of what is no longer serving you. It wants to get you out of your comfort zone. So a lot of us need to be understanding that, if you start finding, oh my gosh, like the way I need to work is going to change. It needs to be new. It needs to be different. Then you got to go for it. You got it. Don't resist it. At the very least, do your best to just be like, how much can I allow things to happen that feel out of my control? I can actually say that I can see the nodes moving into Virgo is all about releasing control. And it was so interesting because this first card that I pulled this week was all about that. It was about, the name of the card. Sorry if I got loud right then. The name of the card is Surrender. It's the Surrender card. I was like, you're kidding me. Pisces is surrender. Neptune moving into Aries. I don't care what anyone says. Aries is like action. Neptune is like surrender. You can take action, but it must be guided by spirit. And don't make a move until I say so, right? So it's definitely this energy around surrendering that is very important with this Neptune, Pisces Virgo eclipse happening. So I just feel like what we're used to happening day to day is going to change. You probably already kind of get a sense of it and how things are changing, something new on the horizon. But I want you to see this as you came here at this time for this season. And because of that, come and get whatever you can get at this time. Grow, learn, experience however you can during this time. All right. I really want y'all to see this as an opportunity. I want you to see it as a gift, and I want you to see it as a blessing. We have history books that we have been able to read, documentaries. We can go back and look at the ancestors. Pisces is connected to the ancestors. We can go back and look at the ancestors. And, I've been drawing a lot of inspiration. I'm like, if my ancestors could be that creative, I don't know if y'all have heard of the Black Inventions Museum, but I have all these little posters that show all these inventions by Black people in the United States at a time when they had no rights and, truly Black people were second class citizens. Um, how it was like our ancestors, and not just Black people, but everybody. It's like you make something from nothing, right? So if they could do it, we can do it. And that's how I want y'all to see this time. So, for all of us who are intuitive and sensitive to the energy, our job is to a certain degree to be truth tellers and help people to understand this is what's coming, and then help them to understand how to deal with it. Or maybe you're going to be doing healing work or something like that. Um or whatever it is that you're here to do, whatever it is that you are here to do, the best thing to do is to do that right now to the best of your ability. And it is in my heart that this is something that I always, it like brings in this very good feeling. It feels like this is the truth, Tyra. And I don't get right now, I'm not getting a lot of that because it just feels kind of daunting, everything that lies ahead. But when I say show up and do what you came here to do, that's when I just feel lit up. Like everything's going to be okay. As long as the goddesses, we show up and do what we came here to do, everything's going to be all right. And I was listening to this old video, and the man said, Egbach. Whenever we are feeling stressed about something, I want you to say this, Egbach. And that's what he said. Everything's going to be okay. Egbach. All right. So we got to keep encouraging each other and all of that. Let's see here. Virgo is health, wellness, workplace, systems, like lifestyle, how you change. That's another reason why I'm like, it's important for us to forget the old and figure out what are we going to do in this new way, because the old lifestyle is leaving and we're going to be embracing a new lifestyle. Okay, both of these, this is the suffer or serve axis. Pisces and Virgo and Pisces, suffer or serve. So that's another reason why I'm like, be of service. Be of service to humanity. Be of service in the best way that you can. Sometimes the best thing we can do is maybe just see an old person and take their basket, as they're getting in their car, and just say, hey, I'll take this basket and put it up for you. Sometimes that's the best way we can be in service. Other times, maybe we're working at, the soup kitchen or volunteering somewhere, whatever. Doesn't always have to be a volunteer opportunity. Like, whatever it is that you can do to be of service, be of service. And that will take you very, very far. Okay. But she had to go. Okay. Mm. Ah. Yes, the divine is wanting us to remain calm in the face of what she must do to cleanse this matriarchal way. I really do believe that so many of us are more awakened. And so, yeah, most fishes can swim away, hide, or remain inconspicuous. Yes, I agree. That is so good. Mm. Okay. You were getting married. Yep. Wow. So, yeah, really think about that. Think about where you were about 9 years ago, and you're ending that cycle and beginning a new cycle, actually, because whatever was started in Virgo is now about to start ending, and you're going to start a new Pisces cycle. Okay, so we have Mars. Oh, so also, yes, glad I remember that. Thank you, Spirit. We're going to have that North Node conjunct Neptune. It'll be interesting to see what happens. And it's going to be for the next month. It'll be really, really interesting to see what's going to happen. We talk about some rain coming to California. That could bring some rain, baby. That can bring a lot of rain. The only thing I just ask y'all to do is find ways to get yourself grounded, because you'll be out there and, lost some kind of way. This is the energy where you can really feel lost. And so you want to find ways to get yourself grounded. But yeah, there's going to be this energy of just really communing with spirit, and we'll see. Oh my gosh. But that will bring up a lot of topic around um water, water patterns, the ocean, that kind of thing. And you know, it could also bring up something around fantasy type stuff or whatever, spirituality. I mean, y'all, to a certain degree, yeah, spirituality. So, let's see here. Mars trine Neptune. This is nice. I like that. Because that's that feminine energy that we like, and it helps to um bring in this blessing of feeling like nurtured. With this North Node meeting Neptune and then Mars trining Neptune, wow. This could be a highly intuitive time. It could be very, very healing. Both Pisces and um, Mars are healing. I mean, Pisces and Cancer, very, very healing. So it could bring that energy in. Um, I think that it can also help you to kind of connect with a vision of a dream. Maybe you can see the dream better. Maybe you're actually working on your dream. You kind of get inspired, or some good turn of events happens to you around this dream that you've always had. It could make you a little bit soft and tender. So you'll feel that actually starting around Friday into easily that new moon. Easily. I mean, that full moon in Cancer on the 13th. Um, that's kinda nice energy to have with that Cancerian moon. I'm not gonna lie. I kinda like that. And then on the day of the full moon, we're gonna have Sun trine Uranus. Woo! But I have to look at the whole moon. I'll come on live and talk about that. I was supposed to go see my little niece's first birthday, but there's a snowstorm coming, so I'm not gonna go. But I so badly wanted to be there. So I'll come on live and we'll talk about this full moon in Cancer. I'll give you more details on that. But those two aspects are nice. This North Node with uh Neptune, now that brings in a whole nother that brings in a whole nother level right there too. That's going to be a very powerful full moon. I can tell you that right now. Uh, so yeah, Mars trine Neptune. So then on Monday we have Sun trine Uranus, and so Sun trine Uranus is, it's this Earth energy. So I'ma like it. I like that grounding energy. Especially with me being a little watery, I might need that grounding energy. But it definitely can bring these blessings around material abundance or manifesting something that you want. It can help with this energy around like being successful at something. And it could bring this something unexpected, like an unexpected blessing, an unexpected gift. More than likely something you've been working on for a while, but definitely a blessing of some, coming your way. And let's see here. It'll bring this grounding energy, even though Uranus is like up leveling, is still kind of like measured movement. So it's like you can get some stuff done, and maybe you'll get it done super quickly. Now that I think about it, I think that will be a good day where you could get some. Oh, excuse me, the 12th, the 13th, and the 14th. You could get some beautiful downloads on that day. Like a lot of inspiration can come your way with Sun trine Uranus. And then we have Venus square Jupiter. And so those are the two benefic planets. And when we're dealing with the benefics, they always want to bring a little bit of a blessing. And this blessing would come with a little bit of stress involved, a little bit of frustration, or maybe there's some move that you've needed to make and you resisted it, and it'll start really pushing you to make those moves. So they can bring a blessing, and it might be like this perspective where, it's like you get some perspective, you start thinking a new way. It might be like this spiritual download that you get, and you're like, I never thought about it this way. And maybe it comes from a conversation that you have, or an interaction that you have with somebody else in your life. Or maybe, you've had problems like getting, you can, it's like you can see the dream, but you have no concept of taking the steps. Maybe you're just kind of lost in the dream, but it's like, hey, you need to actually get some steps down that you need to take around this plan. Maybe for some people, around that time, it'll be a good time to just be like, I need a mental health break. That would be a time I would say, hey, watch out for people's mental health around that time. 13th, 14th, 15th of January, watch out for people's mental health. But a blessing, actually, it's like a little miracle could show up. Definitely a little miracle. And maybe it's through, like I said, somebody who you know, or as a result of something tense having happened. Let's see, you could do some creative writing that day. If people who do writing, social media, anything with communication, videos, anything that involves you communicating in some kind of way, you could get very creative with that particular combination on those days. And then I'll go on ahead and do the 15th, just in case. But the 15th is Sun opposition Mars. And so I want to see what degree is that going to be on, because let's see here. Mars is in Cancer. Sun opposition Mars on the 15th. Where is the 15th? It's at 25. Okay, I can handle that. So, Sun opposition Mars, it can create a lot of energy, but you feel tense. It might be there's something pressuring you to do something that day. And it's like you need to take action, but the action comes after you're a little bit under pressure. Could be something around family is creating pressure. Could be something around career versus your personal life. Something's out of balance, and it kind of comes into focus that day. Um, it could be too, the sun is kind of like, Mars, you're backtracking, or, you're going backwards. You're looking at stuff that is behind, and these are some thoughts and some ideas that you need to think about what you're doing that would actually, help you to create success. So if you're working on something, I would love to know, are you working on something that's not yet finished? You've been working on it for a while. Then if so, on these days, the 14th, the 15th, and the 16th of January, I want you to just open yourself up to, is some insight coming to you around what you're working on, or where you feel pressure. What do you need to know that would help to relieve the pressure? Let's see here. We have home, family, ancestors, emotions. It even could be something a little karmic is coming up that day. Yeah, you're having to face something that's a little bit karmic. It might stem from your family or something like that. So I would just say, you can get some stuff done I'm gonna say the 13th or the 16th. It might just feel a little bit stressful, a little intense, a little pressure cooked. But if you allow yourself to, be open to some guidance coming to you, maybe it comes from spirit, but maybe it's somebody who knows more about what you're doing than you know. And you're like, "Oh, okay, I'm just gonna listen." Those would be good days to help you to do that. Okay. So that is the astrology. Okay, good. I have been working on something in secret. I really need that on the 15th. Okay, good. Good, 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 Shannon. High priestess. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm gonna go with my Mythical Goddess Tarot deck. I have really grown attached to this deck. So I'm gonna start off with this deck. Felicia, if you're still here, I'm using my bags. Oh, where are we? How do I open it? How did I tie it? I would say, just to kind of summarize the astrology over this next week. I guess it kind of goes back to what I was saying in the beginning. You have to be fluid, you have to be adaptable. That is Pisces. Pisces is the most adaptable energy. It's the energy of invisibility and cloaking, because it creates this energy of fogginess or whatever. I was like, "Oh, I do well in that." It's like, yeah, don't see me. I'm a Scorpio too. I like doing underground. Like, I don't need everybody to know what I'm doing. But I want y'all to just really play around with this energy of cloaking yourself. I feel like if people outside this live stream heard me talking, it would sound crazy. But I really do. Sometimes I go out into public and it's like I try to make myself as invisible as is possible. Um, and one of the ways you can do that is just move your hands in, and it brings your aura in. Just move your hands in to your body, and that can help to like make your energy smaller. And then if you want to be noticed, if you're going somewhere to speak, if you have to show up on video, then you just do the opposite. Move your arms out like that. It's called energy medicine. That's where I learned it from. And then it makes your energy bigger, your aura bigger. So, mm. Shannon says she wears black tourmaline to cloak in public. That is good to know. Okay, give me a reading for this week. Let's start off with this one right here. Ooh, interesting. Okay, we're going to do this one. I get that one a lot. One more. Which one will it be, goddesses? Oh, wow. This is some confirmation here. First one I pulled is centering. Centering. This is the centering goddess. She's a fire goddess. Oh, she has to do with Aries. Interesting. The second one I pulled is the wind goddess. She is all about intention, and she is Mercury in Aquarius. So there's our Aquarius energy. And the last, most impactful one, Ye Manja, Ye Maya. And she is the energy of Virgo in this oracle. But we know she is a water goddess, even though she's connected to Virgo in this oracle. She's a water goddess. She is Neptune. She is the ocean. She is Cancer, as I see it also. Okay, so centering, what are y'all getting from that one? While I look this up, if you want to type something in to share what you're getting. Interesting. Centering. A lot of this is about focus, okay? But it's being centered, because I'm like, Mars and Aries centering. Aries is not, to me, like the most centered sign, but I can see it being focused. So it says, this radiant woman is here to honor the power of light within you and remind you to not underestimate its influence. You are light. It is your true center. Continue to make time to develop your spiritual daily practice. I'm going to say it again. Continue to make time to develop your spiritual practice daily. I said it a little different. As you dwell within the core of who you truly are and let it expand, you live in the world with genuine power and authority in communion with Source. Check this out. Centered and unmoved by the chaos of the world. Wow. Center, center, center. It even says here, she is unwavering faith and self-disciplined, unmoved by the illusions of the world around her. Regardless of the inner turmoil or chaos that the world brings, she is centered in the light of consciousness within the darkness of the world, unshakable and serene. Now that, I got it. Let me take a sip. Because that spoke to me. That spoke to me. I needed that reading right there. Woo! Yay! I love it. Exactly. I'm like, wow. Wow. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, this is good. Manuka honey for veiling the third eye and throat chakra. Love that. Black stones or crystals veil and wear special oils. We coming up with some stuff here. Okay. Okay, that first card. Look, it's a fire card too. I've got to cool myself off. Okay, so here we have the Wind of Intentions card. Okay, so we're dealing with Aquarius, Pluto on Aquarius. Got a sister a little on edge, but let's see what this says right here. Okay. Okay. Mercury and Aquarius is what this is. I'm just gonna read the whole thing because I had to go back and backtrack. I was like, oh, I missed some stuff not reading the whole thing. So it says the magnificent wind goddess of intention brings what she desires into her world with ease. I want us to believe that for ourselves. Her clarity and focus of intent come naturally, and she is internally connected to spirit. There's that message again about the connection to spirit that is so important. She navigates the deepest levels of mind through meditation, introspection, and dream time to identify what her being requires and what calls it to her. Her mind holds the intent. Let me say that again. She navigates the deepest levels of mind through meditation, introspection, and dream time to identify what her being requires and then calls it to her. Her mind holds the intent of her soul's desire so that the source has a clear picture of what to deliver. So, automatically, that is saying to me that we must pay attention to what we are holding up here. What images are we holding up here? And I'm just really kind of speaking to myself because I'm going to be honest with y'all. I feel like nobody really knows what's going to happen. No matter how much people predict, we don't actually really know what's going to happen. And so I'm like, well, what do I have to lose by just kind of being like, I'll have to just be present to what happens. But in my mind, I'm going to still hold out the dream. I have these intentions. Just like the woman in the centering, the goddess, the centering goddess. Why should the outside world dictate what's happening in my life? If there's something I'm supposed to do out there, spirit, show me what to do and equip me. Otherwise, I'm going to hold the vision for what I'm calling into my life and for the world that I want to live in. That's what I'm hearing with this one. Okay, y'all. So we really want to watch our mental images. You must know your dreams and desires and let them fuel your intentions that you honestly communicate with the heavens, and they sing back in response. So this also could be a New Year's reading. What are your dreams? And your dreams will tell you what your intentions are. Okay. And you can work on writing those down, putting them on a vision board, and that becomes a guide for you to follow throughout the rest of this year. The very power of your intention lights the path from your being to the creative force by which your dreams may manifest and come home to you. And another thing that this is saying to me is when we live according to divine law, then, that's just it. Don't forget divine law. The divine law, if we choose, because remember, we live by choice. If we choose that divine law is the highest law of our land, meaning your body, your life, then that's just what it is. That's the truth. If we let society, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to test. I'm telling you, a lot of stuff I'm going to test. This one teacher I had was like, it's a lot of people who let the headlines and what people are saying out in the world dictate what their life looks like. Well, this is what's going on. So, this is what I have to do. He was like, but, if you decide it's not going to dictate, that you're not going to let other people dictate what's for your life, then that's how you're going to live, you know? I'm not saying I fully have it down. But I'm definitely, because it's just so much. Even I have felt like, oh, it's going to be crappy. And then it's just like, well, you know what? It might be crappy elsewhere, and I'm still going to hold a high vision for myself. I'm going to do everything I can to understand what my dreams are and create those intentions that extend from my dreams. I think, again, about my ancestors who were just like, I just got to make something happen. And they did. And some turned out to be ancestors that we all know. I'm thinking about LaWanda Page. I'm enthralled with her story. So I want y'all to hold that intention. I want you to set intentions. Divine laws are at work. Consciously use these divine laws of manifestation, of creation, just creating more balance in your life. Follow the divine laws. And that's just how we're going to do it. We're going to make a choice. I'm living according to divine law. I'm living according to what I am calling into for my life. All right. There is nothing out there that has said this is exactly how your life has to be based on what's going on in the world. And if we honestly really think about it, sometimes things that happen in the world impact us. I saw a lot of people in my neighborhood just have to leave their house and abandon it when we had the crisis back in 2007, 8, right? Happened to multiple people. Um, and so yes, sometimes things like that happen. Um, and I could have thought, whatever about it. And, it's like I want to make sure I'm honoring that bad things do happen to people. We will be caught up in the bad things that are happening. So for instance, I got COVID, like when we were going through all of that. I did actually get it, right? Um, but by the same token, it's like I wasn't walking around like I just know it's gonna happen. I just know it's gonna happen. I did my best. I'm gonna say it that way. So that's all I'm saying. Set the intention, do your best. Don't just expect because everyone is saying it's gonna be shitty or that it is shitty, that it has to be that way for you. All right. Last one. Let me see here. Miss anything? I have so many images in my mind of what this world is supposed to look like from birth. Wow. That's right. Nope. Not giving up. Yes. Fire, wind, water. I love it. Yes. See, you have the power. You have the consciousness to see what's coming and help equip people to handle it. That's the difference. In my mind, Sharon, that's how I see it. Thank you. I love this shirt. Okay. Final goddess. Yemaya. Oracle. How many times have we talked about communing with spirit, listening to our intuition? And, we have those astrological transits that I mentioned that could definitely bring about um, a lot of intuitive energy this week. So Yemaya is saying, be the oracle. You are the oracle. I don't care if you don't feel super intuitive. Just open yourself up to being guided. Because for some people, the way they get their oracle readings is it'll be something like a sign out, like you're driving around and there's a sign out and about, or a song will come on and that'll be the answer. You got to figure out your way. Not everybody can just be like, oh, yeah, I just downloaded that spirit. Not everybody can be like that. But if you trust how you get wisdom, you'll be like, oh, I'm good. I got you covered. Okay, so here we have Yemaya. Again, she represents Virgo, which I love. In this oracle deck, she represents Virgo because we talked about Virgo today. And she's actually Pisces. So actually, she's 2 and 1 in this card. So Yemaya, and I'll say Yemoja because I know a lot of us know the original name is Yemoja. Brazilian, she's African, Brazilian goddess of intuition and prophecy, is the ruler of the seas, lakes, and mother of all. She is the ultimate female power, the soother of heart troubles, and carrying deep, unknowable power. She is contemplation and divine introspection. And as Virgo, complete and whole unto herself. Yemaya sits firmly grounded in the seas of the earth. Now that's hot right there. I've read this before. And I'm just like, grounded in the seas of the earth. Yemoja, Virgo, I got you. Okay, utterly connected and in communion with her source. The waters of psychic knowing provide her with constant inspiration and illumination from her core. This radiance and divine connection are her gifts to all. This ocean goddess is the wise prophet who shows you through her glowing example to go within and find your connection with the great mother, your true nourishment. See, that's what we need to remember. Our true source. Go within, connect to the great mother, divine energy, whatever you want to call it, within you. That's why I was telling y'all, Pisces, the ultimate is my source and supply is the divine. That's how we have to see it. And what limit is there to the divine? We have to think about Neptune, the ocean, Yemaya, the ocean. There is no limit. When we get in the ocean, for those of us who've had the opportunity, woo, it's amazing. It's awe-inspiring. It's like, whoa. I can't even I can't quite even it's like hard to even like embody the feeling when you're out on the ocean and you realize this thing is huge, limitless, boundless. That is the energy of the divine when we connect to it. The one caveat that I want to put that I will never deviate until I realize we're out of this time is there are so many people out there who are professing to be able to take you on this divine journey to connect with the divine when all they're trying to do is to be your God. Whoever you work with, always they should be pointing you back to you, the goddess within yourself. They should be asking you to trust your own intuition, not theirs. All right. You're following you. You're following you. All right. So, and always, always, you have the power within you. And your source and your supply comes from the divine. Yes, the divine will be working through other people to support you. But ultimately, because Pisces really and truly, it is a sign that's kind of like it has to be okay with other people, kind of taking care of it. It's not all the time easy in this world where it's like not good to be taken care of. But it is this ultimately Pisces knows, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Right? Thank you to the divine. Thank you, divine, for this person doing this for me. That is Pisces. It's always connected. There's always this connection. So we're all in this energy of just being completely and totally connected to divine source, understanding where it truly comes from. And in a large extent, when we are living according to the laws of the universe, that is our protection. Nothing can touch us. It is taught in the Metu Neter by Ra'u Nefer Amen that the protection of Herakahuti, also known as Ogun, the warrior, comes through living according to the laws of the universe. Okay? So just staying connected to all of that, remembering your source and your supply. This is how you will be able to navigate this time beautifully. Through the spiritual discipline of taking time daily to be alone and apart from the busy world, you illuminate the bridge to source in yourself and shine the light forth for others. This is where the gift of prophecy and and intuitive ability are nurtured and expanded. So you want to make sure goddess-centered lifestyle, goddess-centered lifestyle is about having a spiritual practice. All right. Day in and day out. If you fall off, I don't care if you fell off for months at a time, get back on it. That's just how we do it. And this will help to connect you to source. It will help you to be able to channel and get the prophecy for yourself, get the prophecy for other people. This is why we do this work. Yemanja and Virgo, let me tell you, this is the energy of spiritual practice. I'm going to tell you why. Because with that South Node going into Virgo, the South Node is very spiritual, is asking you to detach. In the ancient days, the South Node was, this is how I was taught, the South Node was more revered than the North Node. because the North Node created individuality. The South Node created this energy around coming together. And, it's like you're not striving for a lot. It's more of just being. And it was very spiritual and it was safe for the community because it wasn't going to be this one person that's just kind of going rogue and renegade and just caring only about themselves. Whereas the North Node, you're striving. It is said that the energy of Rahu, this is the energy of the North Node in the ancient Vedic tradition. Rahu wanted to be a god and it posed. It just faked the funk until I can't remember the full story, but folks thought Rahu was a god, right? But Rahu really wasn't a god. And so it's just all this, it's like this voracious energy. It's a snake that the bottom part of the snake is gone. So it's never satisfied, right? And that's largely what we live in a Rahu time. That's what I was taught. So with South Node, whenever we're dealing with the South Node, it's this energy that's more of like spiritual and detached. And so, what Yemaya is teaching us through this oracle with her being in Virgo, it's like have your spiritual practices. And this is what's going to, help you to really cultivate your inner spiritual experience. And that dictates a lot of what you experience in the world. Okay. So, wow, that was pretty doggone good. Hi, Jaimin. How are you? Glad you are here. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. Yes, Shannon. Yes. Mm-mm-mm. The law of vibration and abundance, super connected to Pisces. Yes. It's always nice to have you here. Always nice to have you here. So yeah, here are this is our oracle reading. Center yourself, be unmoved by whatever's happening on the outside. Let your dreams help you to understand what your intentions are to be, especially this week. And Yemanja, do your spiritual work, connect with the Great Mother so that you can channel whatever it is, the prophecy. All right. That is the goddess-centered lifestyle. This card right here has been like all that for me. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate you. I plan on, coming back on before that full moon. So yeah, maybe I'll come on Saturday, Sunday, something like that. Since I can't go see my little nieces because of the snow. I want to see them so badly. I know my older niece is like, I'm here. I'm like, oh, I see how grandparents are. They're not my grandkids, of course, but I'm just like, I'm saying I'm excited. If Alex is watching, you about to learn something. I'm like, yeah, I want to come see y'all, but really, I'm like, I just want to see those babies. That's it. That's all I want. I just want to come hang out with my little nieces. And the baby is just turned 1, and I was gonna go for the birthday party. And so now I'm like, ooh, when I come, there will be no birthday party and I don't have to share them. I just get to play and have a good time with my cute little nieces whenever it happens, whenever it happens. So since I can't go see them, guess what? Y'all are stuck with me. I'm gonna come on and we're gonna do us a nice little full moon circle. But do join me on the 11th. You can see the ticker running below. I will be leading a first circle in 9 months. Oh, here's another thing I was talking about in the beginning. All that has transpired in the last part of 2024. I decided I'm leaving the trainer team for Sistership Circle. And yeah, that happened. What was that? The 6th? That I had my last trainer meeting. And so it's like, oh, I'm a free agent. But it was taking up a little extra time. And that's one of the main reasons I was just like, I can't keep doing all this. I gave up my circles. So I'm like, I need to get back to my circles. I'm ready to start doing my circles again. But this one is inside of Sharkey Belly Dance Virtual Studio. So I'm being hosted by somebody else. Come and join. It's going to be a great time unveiling your vision for 2024. 25. It's gonna be so, so amazing. I can't wait. I'm so excited. All right, queens, love y'all so much. Let's stitch out. Woo, this candle's hot. Candle's hot. I am Tyra, and I am stitching out with so much love, and I'm stitching out feeling inspired. Let me know what you're stitching out with. Oh, yes. Awesome. Blessings. How are you, Stacy? All right, queens. Let's see here. What we're gonna go out on? As y'all tell me what you're taking out of circle today. What are you gonna take into your life? I'm gonna put on a little music. I think I'm gonna do if I can remember which one it is. Yeah, I want to do a little belly dance. Beautiful Felicia. Awesome high priestess. Stitching out with passion and insight. Yes. TJ. TJ. My friend. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yes. Please like and share. All right, queen. Make it a great, great week. You got this. Hey.